Yeah.
So you're doing some writing, you're raising kids. All right. Now talk to me about, yeah. So let's get it. How did you go from writing and being a stay-at-home mom and taking care of the family, and you're like, I want to do retreats. So how did this happen? Walk me through the transition.
Yeah. So it was actually, I was, after I had my third kiddo, I was struggling. I just felt like, man, I was so tired all the time. I was so depleted, and I just felt like I was in a pretty low spot. And at that point, I decided to go on a retreat because when I was younger, I had done a lot of traveling, obviously. And I studied abroad in Nepal, actually, when I was in college. And that was like a
Oh,
really formative experience in my life. And
okay.
um, that from there I met a Buddhist meditation teacher and started going on regular retreats, and this was kind of something I did all before I had kids. And then after I had my third kid, I just had, years had gone by
I
since
see.
taking a retreat, and I was like, I need to do something because I'm in a funk. And it was for the first time in my life I felt like I was looking for a label for what was wrong with me. Like, is this depression? Am I anxious?
Mm,
Like, is it
mm,
gluten? Like, what's, I felt just
mm.
sad. So I took this retreat after I had my third kiddo, and he was like 15 months old or something. It was really hard to leave, but and I realized that nothing was wrong with me, just that I, needed more space for myself. I had just been hemorrhaging all my energy onto everyone else but myself.
Mm.
And so I came back from that and I was like, I know I'm not the only one who feels like this and is struggling from feeling depleted and exhausted and wiped out. So it was from there that I started my retreat business. And I actually didn't even intend to start a business. I just decided, hey, I'm going to host a retreat. And so
Mm.
for a couple of years, I just did one retreat in this great place that I found. But now it's kind of scaled and grown. And now I'm doing multiple retreats, at least one a month, and private retreats and all different kinds of retreats for people, because I think we all need space, and our world, our society just doesn't encourage those kind of breaks. And
Mm.
sometimes we're so used to being plugged in and dialed in that when we take those breaks, we almost don't know what to do with ourselves. um,
Right. Right.
right. And with my background as a teacher, like building curriculum is really my wheelhouse. And I'm a voracious reader because I'm a writer as well. So I build, I research a ton, and then I build curriculum that's really designed specifically for different outcomes and desires for folks to come and just like relax into. And I kind of take the reins from there.
So I want to ask a question. All right. So let me get this straight. You had your three kids, you're staying at home, you're feeling depressed. I don't know if depressed is the right word, but you're feeling anxious and you like, I need to find something. You go to your husband and you're like, hey, I'm gonna like go away on a retreat by myself for what was it, 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 weeks? What was that?
At that point, it was a week. Yeah, it was a
A
week
week.
for that one.
A week.
Mhm.
I'm gonna leave for a week. By the way, I know you have a full-time job, but you got three kids. We got three kids and a 15-month-old. But I'm gonna take off and go to like a different country. So I'll see you.
Right, exactly.
I'm trying to figure out how my wife would react to that. I'm be like, by the way, I'm gonna go to like Cancun for a week. I'll see you.
Right. Totally.
uh, I'm
Totally.
thinking my wife wouldn't like that. Yeah, your husband, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. I'm a lucky woman, that's for sure.
Uh,
I mean, and he's also very used to me. I mean, like that's how we actually came up with a pact when I first got pregnant, because I wasn't always sure that I wanted to have kids. I
okay.
loved both, but I wasn't sure that I wanted my own kids. And so I was really fearful that I would lose all my autonomy and freedom.
Mm.
So we made a pact that like each of us would go on a retreat, once a year,
Oh,
once
I
we had
see.
kids, even when they
I
were
see.
small.
I see.
And I had kind of fallen out of that practice by my third kiddo because I'd been just swimming in kids. And but he was really great about it. And that's kind of one of the pacts that we have with each other is like, I get to go and you get to go. And it's important for both of us and important for our family. It's always hard. I hear this a lot from people, like they're nervous to ask their partner, but it's almost one of these things that's like once you have this ethos in your relationship, then it becomes this beautiful thing where you both
Mm.
can evolve in your own ways.
I'm having this visual of him like and I mean, this is the visual I have. Like he's in the car. You guys are in the car on the way to the airport, and he like pulls you up at the airport at the drop off, and the 15-month-old is crying, and the other two kids are fighting in the back seat, and it's loud, and you're kind of getting ready to get out of the car, and he's looking at you. He's like, "You're coming back, aren't you?"